Hi. So, if you are following along in planning your self care for the holiday season, today's task is to look at the next 9 weeks on your schedule, what's coming up, what are the events that you have, what responsibilities do you have, what different holidays are going to create barriers for different kind of self care. In the book, there's a page for you to kind of think about this. And then there's also these pages that go through the next 9 weeks so that you can actually write it out, kind of like a calendar. And I wanted to share a little story about doing exactly this and a benefit that I saw yesterday that I didn't expect to see. So if you've been following along in my videos, I finally got a PCP. Because I like my first ever adult one, and I loved her, and I saw her for two appointments, and then she left the practice. So I was really kind of devastated when she changed, because she was the first ever doctor who had really talked with me about like coming up with a fitness plan or a nutrition plan or anything like that. Other doctors that I've seen have been like, I don't know, eat healthy and work out. Like, they have not been helpful. And so I told her that. And so she specifically put me with a new doctor in the practice that she thought would do the same for me. And so I had my first appointment with him yesterday, and it was wonderful. I wanted to talk with him about kind of physical self-care and like lifestyle stuff. So he started talking, and he was like, so I do things a little bit different from Dr. Gonzalez, and the way that I like to do it is it's called motivational interviewing. And I was like, I'm a counselor, so you're speaking my language. Like, I'm right there. Let's go. So I was really excited, and we started talking, and he kind of broke it down into like food and fitness plan, and asked me which one I want to talk about first, and we ended up talking about both. But the things that he asked me were exactly what I'm asking you to do today. He asked me about what's the challenge to or like what's my goal, what's my initial goal. And so my initial goal with eating is, right now it's staying in ketosis or doing keto until Thanksgiving, because I'm going to enjoy Thanksgiving, because I'm not crazy. I'm going to eat carbs on Thanksgiving. But I want to get in ketosis and stay there until Thanksgiving. And so then we talked about that goal. And then he asked about like what days are going to be challenging for that. So we talked about Halloween, but we talked about how Halloween's going to be different this year. We talked about how I have a 1-year-old. So really there shouldn't be a ton of candy coming into the house. And we talked about substitutions. So there's these other Reese's peanut butter cups that are made by, I don't know, some company that makes keto-friendly candy. So my plan was I'm going to have some of these in the house on Halloween, so that when I really want the Reese's peanut butter cups from Jackson's candy bag, I will get, my special made ones, and I'll use those. He also asked, like, what are some other barriers? When do you come out of ketosis? And one big barrier is football games for me. And it's not really about football snacks, but it's about fall beers, because me and my husband both love pumpkin beer. And so we kind of talked about how to get around that. And we just had a really good conversation. Then we did the exact same thing with my workout plan, and kind of talking that into detail. And we really went over any kind of challenges or barriers or hurdles that I could see coming up until Thanksgiving. And then I'll do the same thing after Thanksgiving and make a plan for Christmas, or to get to Christmas. But then he also encouraged me to, share these goals with Adam, which I had a lot of them, but now that we'd kind of made it just a little bit more specific, I needed to share those with him too. And it was wonderful at the end of the session, because I apologized for talking so much, and he was like, no, this is what I want to do. I want to talk about lifestyle stuff. And it really seems like you have a plan, and you already know the challenges, and you know how to work around them. And I was like, yeah, because that's what I'm trying to encourage other people to do too. Because if my self-care was just, okay, I'm going to do the keto diet, that's great. That's a great goal. But it's not thought out enough to think, oh, okay, but I'm going to have this my specific challenges are I'm going to have a wine day with a couple of friends. We have Halloween coming up, football games, and then Thanksgiving. So those are my 3 big challenges, because I'm very much so my challenges are social, because I want to partake in whatever I'm doing with somebody else. And that's what today's task is really looking at these days and saying, okay, where's there going to be a barrier? And of course mine is talking only about physical self-care, but also looking like if you're planning ahead for the holiday season, then there's going to be some stress, some burden, some challenges around financial self-care with Christmas shopping, and what that looks like. There might be some social challenges that are different this year because you don't get to do your normal social things around the holidays. So what do you need to do to plan around that? So that's what I want you to look at today. Look at the next 9 weeks. Actually pull out your calendar. What events are coming up? Look at that. And if you haven't gotten the book yet, I would encourage you to go check it out. It's on Etsy. My shop is called The Self-Care Shop by LKC. And I'll show you the cover of the book because that's what you'll see on Etsy. The name is Self-Care for This Season of Your Life, a Self-Care Guide and Tracking Journal. It's going to really help you plan. It's not just for the holidays, but that's the season that we're in or coming up upon. And then we'll do it again January 1st. I also wanted to show y'all my doctor when he went out, to whatever, get the nurse or whatever he needed to do. He stepped out for a minute and he came back and he had written everything we talked about on this Post-it note. He wanted me to take this home and put it on the fridge or put it on my desk or put it. And I just thought how considerate that was and what a good idea. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. This is where we talked about all of the goals, the dieting goals and the exercise goals. So go look at what challenges are going to be coming up for you over the next 9 weeks. Let me know what comes up for you.